All right, we're back Saturday morning, 90-minute UI challenge. Today I'm going to be building the UI for Twitter. So I have the iPhone here in the middle, simulator, and then I got some images I'm going to be working off of. Maybe that'll be a little easier. And I'm just going to be trying to mirror exactly what we see on the right, on the left. So I'm going to start up this Flutter project, and I'm going to get Twitter up and running here so I can grab those exact images. Cool. Girl Jane. Alright, get that stuff ready. Alright, so while this builds, we're going to get ready. I've already created my Flutter project here. Let's make this a little bigger so everybody can see it. So I got my Twitter project right here. I'm going to be working inside the lib folder. Right. So we can start to lay this out. Right. So we got our home page here. So what I think we'll do is we'll move this home page into a different file just to keep it organized a little bit. All right, and this will be, call it main tabs. All right, dump that in there, and we're going to import material. Cool. Instead of home page, we'll call it main tabs, and then we'll come here, call this main tabs, and import it. Cool. All right, so here we are. Got our project running. Let's start building. Oh, I need my timer. Shoot. It was this one I used. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. There we go. Timer's running. Let's go. There we go. Okay, timer's running. Let's rock and roll. Okay, so the title of this app is not going to be that. It's going to be Twitter. Twitter. Right, and then we're not even going to have a title. So on the app bar, we're going to have an icon. So we're just going to remove that, and we're going to remove that with the fact that we even need it. Right, so we don't even need any of this actually. Cool. Let's save that. So let's not save that. Actually, get all these comments out. All right, so now let's start. Oh, actually, shoot. I need my font awesome stuff because I don't think this has any. Yeah. No. Let's just do something right quick. And then let me import some fonts here. So let me see. All right, I'm going to bring in Font Awesome here, so it just makes it a little easier. So under here, I'm going to create an assets folder, right? And I'm going to drop in probably need There we go. Okay, and then under my, nope, not my lock, my YAML, I'm going to come down here and uncomment out some of this. Right, and this is going to be font awesome, and say this is going to be assets. So you know what, for now I'm just going to bring the brands one over. So I think that's all I have to do. So it's going to run, get those packages, sync them up over here, and then I should now I need to bring over that app icons. That's not going to happen. I'm just going to open up another project and copy and paste some stuff over here real quick. I'm going to create an icons folder. Inside that, I'm going to dump all my font awesome icons, and they're going to use the families like this, which is cool. And we're going to do the same. And we need to get our pub spec over here and dump the fonts in. Okay. So now we should be able to import. Come on. Import it. And now when I save this, you should get a little Twitter icon up here. Come on. We got some errors here. What do we got? My YAML folder. Oh yeah, this is super finicky right here. Got to make sure it's tabbed over correctly or else it freaks out. So this spacing is really important on your YAML file. Okay, let's try doing this again. Give me a Twitter icon here. Come on. Syncing all my new files here, these OTFs into the simulator. There we go, Twitter icon. Cool. All right, so now we got the icons running. So now let's start cranking away. So we're going to change the app bar background color. We're going to change the elevation to 1 because it looks like it's a little tall. This leading, we're going to create this avatar here, which is going to be the circle avatar, and it's going to be a background image which we can grab from Twitter right here, just so I can use that URL. Am I even able to do that? There we go. Okay, so background image, I think that needs a network image. There we go. And what else? We can put the actions. We can do this icon button over here on the right. Right, and looks like stars. Stars light. And the unpressed, we'll leave it. There's nothing right now. Let's give that a refresh, see what that looks like. Okay, kind of getting there. Now we got to change some things. So this one, the radius, we need to make this down to 16 probably. And then this icon, we should be able to change the icon theme. Yeah. This takes icon theme data, right? And we're going to look for color, and we're going to change that to colors blue. Right, which is the Twitter color. There we go. So we get some stars. We need to change the brightness so we can see our status. We want it as light. I can never remember. Yeah, there we go. All right, and then we're going to change the Twitter. We need to size that up a little bit. Maybe like that. Yeah, we can keep going. Cool. All right, so that looks good. So now this avatar, let's work on that. So this radius is much too big. Let's bring that down. So that doesn't seem to be working because, yeah, we want this to be the max radius, maybe. Nope. Yeah, I've seen weird things with this widget here. A lot of times it won't respect anything you put in that that thing there's in the radius, so I usually just kind of force it with a size box around it sometimes. That seems to work. Nope, it's not working either. Interesting. Wonder why this won't work. Well, if this is a container, and we give it some padding. Right, let's bump it off the left at least a little bit. Yeah. So we could just fudge it. You know what? We're good at fudging stuff. There you go. You don't want to be that size? I'll force it. Okay. So now let's put the little notification icon in there too, because that's kind of cool. So that we're going to make this leading an actual stack. All right, and then on top of that stack, we're going to put that little notification, this little blue thing up there, right? So that's a blue thing with a little white border around it. So, and it's in the top right-hand corner. So there's a couple of different ways we can do this, but I like using positioned, and then top 0, right 0, and then for the child, we'll put a container, and that looks, it's like 8 maybe. 8, and then we gotta decorate it a little bit. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna make the color blue. We're gonna make the border we're gonna make that white. Right, and we're going to make the width of it like 2, just to be safe. And then we're going to add the border radius of 4. Right, so that makes it a full circle. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, where'd my photo go? Well, there's my little notification thing, which is a little too small. Right, so let's make that 12, 12, 6, and now this got smushed because now this is a stack, and now it doesn't know, so now we need to do like a stack fit probably. Yeah, and we're going to expand. There we go. Alright, so now obviously top right, it's not top because we have these paddings in here, right? So this is actually 8, and the right is correct. So there we go. We're getting there, right? So now I think it's 10 and 10. Now we can bump this to 5, doesn't matter, but now we can do that. That looks just about right. The width is actually off. Let's try that. There we go. I think we got it there. Okay, cool. So now we're looking good. Alright, so now let's do the feed. I think the app bar's done. Let's move on. Alright, so now we got this feed. So this feed is in a list view, so let's get that running. Right, okay, list view. And I'm going to, wondering if I should manually do this or not. Yeah, I think we'll just do it manually, but what we're going to do is we're going to do this thing called, we're going to create this thing called build tweet. And we're going to build the tweet right here. So right, we're going to have a widget called build tweet. In that widget, we are going to return, at first it looks like we need to create this overarching thing, right? So this setup here, it seems to me like it's going to be a stack then a row in order to get this gray thing. So let's just try that first, right? So we're going to have a stack. Inside that stack, we're going to do a row. And then inside that row, right, we're going to have a circle avatar, and we're going to have the actual tweet. So with some padding, a couple other things. So let's do the circle avatar first. And that looks like it's about double the size, give or take, which is probably the standard size of this. So I'm going to just include my network image again, and I'm going to go back to Twitter, go here, and grab her profile photo URL, right, which I think is here, and here, and here. There it is. Copy link address. There's my this, there's my this, and the simulator. Boom. Okay. So now here's my URL. Alright, so I get that. And then I need to put the expanded in here to get a tweet in. Alright, so now we're going to put the tweet. Alright, so here's the tweet. Here's a child, and now we're gonna deal with this side over here, right? So that is a column of stuff. Just bing, bing, bing. Okay. So now we got a column of stuff, and we got some text. we got an image and we got an actions. But that text even has this little down arrow, which is interesting. So it looks like there's the title, which is actually probably better for us, right? So that's more of a row. And inside that row, we have text, which says Jane and Chung Wong. And that style, we're just going to put it as bytext 2, I think. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll just override it and put it as bold. There we go. Okay. And then now we're going to have the actual tweet. So let's go grab that. She tweets a lot. Here we go. Okay. So here's the actual tweet. Let's get rid of this bold first. Let's put the tweet in. Okay. Oh, actually, that shouldn't be there. That should be there. Right? Because in this row, I'm building out this row. So it looks like after this is we need to do her at. So it's at. I don't even know what her at is. At Wong M. Jane. At Wong M. Jane. Okay. And that is going to be in the expanded one because we need that to ellipses, right? So this needs to be in expanded. And then under this style, after this, we need to put overflow text ellipses. Okay. And then let's polish that. And then after that, we need to have this little time, right? So we'll put that, and we're gonna say, ooh, that's a HTML middle dot, one of my favorites. So let's do, I have no idea how to actually do it on a keyboard, so I always just go here and copy this thing there and paste it in, and then we'll just put it in there haphazardly. This isn't going to be bold, but we do need to change the color to gray. Okay, and then right after that, it looks like we do an icon with a down arrow. So we'll use the material icons for now, and that's more of like a chevron down probably. Maybe not. Maybe it's, I don't know why all my images are broken here. Well, let's use material. Let's use the Font Awesome one then. And that we're going to do probably a chevron down like that. Okay. So I think we're getting close. There's going to be some little things we need to tweak, like this. We need to add in some space. So this, and that's just right in here. Right, so it looks like about 8. So we're going to add that in. And we have some padding to do around this row, just in general, which it looks like. How are we doing on time? Oh, not bad. Which looks like it's definitely not going to be 8 all the way around. It's going to be more of, looks like it's going to be on the left, it's going to be 16, and on the right, yeah, I think the right's going to be 16 too, so let's just leave that. Alright, let's see what our tweet looks like. All right, it's not bad. So let's bump this radius up. Let's see if it works now. So let's bump this up to 38. Hey, now it wants to listen. All right, so I think we got it right there. And then let's work a little bit more on some spacing. So this one needs some padding around it. It looks like at the top. So maybe like that, bring that down. And it looks like just the text in general needs some theming. So back here, we should be able to come in here and default some of these things here. So I believe it pulls this. Oh, so let's see if this works. If we want to change the overall font size to like 18, which is gigantic, but let's just see. Yeah, it didn't work. So whatever, we're just going to hack it, because that's what we like to do here. So we're going for speed. So here we're looking at maybe 16, and I think it's going to be the same for the tweet itself. So we can just dump that in here like that, and then just remove the bold stuff. And then shortcut Shift Command F. Nope, that was a lie. Option Command F. Nope. I do it so quick that I don't even realize what it is. Apparently I don't know what it is. Alright, so we're just gonna save all. I know what that one is. Option Command S. And when I have save, it reformats, so that just kind of works like that. Okay, now we're looking good in terms of sizing. So let's do some more things. So we need to up that size of Twitter handle. We need to update this size of the hours, and then we need to bust down this icon, and we need to make it the color gray. Okay, let's give that a save. Let's see what our new tweet looks like. Okay, that's much better. This one I think is a little too much there. Let's space it out. Alright, so now we're going to put some padding on the left-hand side. And that padding on the left is going to be about 8, just to give this a little bit more room. There we go. That's looking a little better now. Oh, her @ symbol is messed up. So this shouldn't be bold, and it should be gray. So that needs to be like that. And we also want to add some padding on the left. So let's see right here. That's looking a little better, actually. The gray's a little off, but whatever. And now let's add some padding to this tweet on the top. I don't think it's a full 8, but yeah, no way. It's like a 4. And then I want to do that also as well to this, but I'm going to do that with a size box here. I feel like we've been putting these all over the place. The reason why that's not taking effect is because this thing is in a row, and we haven't told horizontally where this thing we want. So let's just take a look at our structure here real quick. So in this column we have a row, right? And that is a row of this, this, and this, and this. And then we have a column, which is this row, and then the tweet, right? So if we want to bump this whole thing down, we actually need to put that size box here. Right, and then I'll go, there we go. All right, so that's looking good-ish. If we wanted to get fancy, we could change the height of this, which is kind of bothering me. All right, so that should be more like 1.4. So this is spaced out a little bit, kind of like that. And even this is almost like 12, right? It even looks like bigger than 16, to be honest. So we could just come in and change all these to 18. Let's not get crazy. You know what? I think I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So let's deal with, since this is an actual tweet, right? I think we pretty much got this. I think we can bundle this up into a reusable widget here. So this is the actual tweet. But what I think is that we need the actual context, so whatever we want to call this thing, which does not include the avatar, right, which is just this expanded. So I'd like to pull this out. I'm going to call this build tweet content, and I'm going to pull that up here. And I'm going to execute it like that. Right, so now we have this build tweet content, and now we can use this across any of our tweets, and we can just inject stuff, which I think will be a lot easier. So now let's do, let's just put in a Boolean, which means has image, right? And then in this build tweet, this first one has an image, so that's true. And then let's put in another one, 1, 2, and who knows about that one, but let's just do the 2. And these ones are both going to be false because they don't have one, right? So now we can put in this Boolean of has an image, and if it does, we're going to render this container, and if it doesn't, well, we're going to render a container as well, right? Okay. So inside this container, when it does have an image, that's what we're going to build right here. So that looks like it has a width of double infinity, which is good, which means, hey, just go as big as you can. The height, we can just guess it. I'm going to say 200. And then we got to do a whole bunch of decoration stuff. So yeah, we're going to come in here. And this one. For some reason, these decoration images, you got to go image, image, decoration image, image. I don't understand. So now inside here, we're going to do network image, and now we can go to Twitter, grab this, copy image. Right? Okay, so there's our image. And then in here, we want to do in here. Here, I guess we'll just save that. So now it's going to show this photo. Uh-oh. What happened? What happened? What happened? Oh, I'm in this row. Whoops. There we go. So I don't want to be in the row. I want to be in the column. So what happened? Oh, right? Duh. So I need to pass this Boolean into this tweet content. So this is just going to say has image, so it's going to pass whatever that is into here, and I need to define what that is. So this is still going to be has image. So now that's passed in here, and now I have my row, I have my tweet, and after my tweet, I have this. Right? Okay. Much better. Awesome. So, wow, that image wasn't cropped, so they do a preview. So this is going to be interesting. So, under fit, under decoration image, we're going to do box fit of, we're going to fit the width, and then we're going to align it to the middle, maybe. Let's just try center. Let's see what that does. Much better. Okay. So with this, we're going to add just some margin around it, and that's at the top and the bottom. So we're going to use a symmetric one, a vertical, and we're just going to put 8 on it. And then also in this decoration, we got to do border radius, which could be interesting because I don't think it's going to clip it. So we might need to use a clipper. This one looks like 4. And then we're also going to put a border around it. And that looks like a color gray. And it's going to default to the 1. So let's see what that happens. It's getting there. Alright, definitely border radius is much bigger than 4. And this color's gray. We're just going to do it as like a 200 shade. That looks better. And I think we can even go to 16 on these. Look at that. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright, so let's make sure this circle avatar is always at the top. So with that, remember that circle avatar is way back here, right? So this is in a row, so it goes circle avatar, spacing, tweet, right? So we need to tell, hey, anything at this row on the cross axis, which is going up and down, make sure it goes to the start. Cross axis alignment, we're going to go start. Right, so that's going to go pop that up there. Cool. All right. So now underneath the we need to get going here. Underneath tweet content, we need to create this action bar. Yeah, let's do it. So let's build tweet actions. Let's do that. We need to speed it up. Widget build tweet actions. And with that, we're going to make a row. And in that row, we are going to have some stuff. Okay. So in that row, we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks pretty consistently, right? So inside that expanded, we're going to have, looks like a row with an icon and a number, right? So with that, we're going to have an icon. That looks like maybe a comment. And that looks very small. So maybe 12. And the color looks like gray. And then around next to that icon, we're going to have a tiny little text like this. And it's going to say 20. And I think I'm just going to put this as the theme of caption and see what we get. So I think that'll be interesting. And we're going to put that with the colors gray. So I don't know what the caption color out of the box is, but we'll change it there. Okay. Make sure this has a little bit of space. All right, so the reformatting is Shift-Alt-F. I just did it without even thinking. And then this row is going to start there. That should be fine. All right, so now we can take these 3, 4. Okay, so on after comment, we're going to do this little thing, which I think is like a sync. It's kind of close. And there's not going to be any text. And then we're going to do the heart. Right, and that's going to see how many likes, and that's going to be, oh, actually, let's put that back. Let's do the first one. And that's going to be 14 retweets. Right, and then we're going to do this upload one. Upload. And that doesn't have any. All right, let's see what that looks like. And something wrong. What happened? First error of the day. Okay, we got a row. What happened? It's not provided for infants. Zero flexor coming with the constraints are unbound. Okay, so maybe the tweet action. Oh, because I put this in the wrong spot again. So this needs to go right here, right? Because we're trying to smash that inside another thing and smash it and smash it. There we go. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Let's rock and roll. So underneath this tweet action right off the bat, I can see that this needs to get some padding on it. The top looks pretty good. The bottom needs a lot. So we're going to do this as like 32. Bottom 32. And then font size is fine. I'm okay with it. This icon size though needs to come up quite a bit. Maybe to like 14. $32 is generous. So I think that's fine. Caption, I don't think is the right one. I think we can just probably use body text for that. Yep, got it. All right. But you know what we probably want to do so that these ones have proper spacing without the image is that this padding here needs to be symmetrical to the vertical. Nope, that was a lie. We just need to have the top be 8. And then in this image one, this margin of vertical 8, this one is just going to be the top. And we're going to take care of the bottom padding with the action bar. There we go. So now it spaces out like that. Nice. All right, so now we got our tweets. Now let's put in this angle line on the left. And remember, we made this a stack but didn't do anything with it at the beginning, right? So this line here has to be contextual to this tweet. So if our height is going all the way to there, which it is, then this needs to be below it. And let's give this a shot. So we're going to put a positioned element before it, which means it's going to be underneath it. Right? And then we're going to align it from the left. Let's see, it's 16 to here, and then half of this circle avatar, which is 16. So I'm just going to guess on 32. And then for top and bottom, I think we're fine because it's just going to be underneath it. So I think that's good. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have a container here that's going to have a height. What do we need to mark for a height to make it go all the way? It just needs to stretch as much as it can. I'm not even going to put a height. I'm just going to see what happens because I think we'll have to put in a column or some sort of thing I don't really know about. So the width, I'm going to make it 2, and then I'm going to make the color of gray. Let's just see where we're at. If we can see anything with no height. Probably not. Yeah, we can't. Alright, so the height, I don't think I can do double infinity, but I'm going to try. It might bomb out on us. It's not doing anything. Oh, I need to define that the top's 0 because it doesn't know where to go. Nope, still don't know. Okay, where is this damn thing? Let's just put something in here so we can at least see where the thing is. Okay, so there it is. So that's fine. So our 32 was a little off. We need to add another, maybe 8. No, keep going. Cool, 48. And then the top, it looks like it's actually going to be like 16. Okay. 3, and this looks like it's going to be more of like 300. And this 3 looks like it's going to be more of like, nope, definitely not 23. Like that. Right? Okay. So now we need to figure out how the heck we're going to make this line go all the way down the bottom all the time. So that it's contextual to the tweet itself. We're going to do that via I think we can do that with the fit maybe. Maybe we can do stack fit and have it stretch. That was a bad idea. What if we made this a column? We made this expanded and made this. I know what we need. We need to somehow create context between the two. And then from that context I can reference it. But I don't know how to do that. So we're going to pause for 1 second. A little detour. Alright, so I think this list is pretty good for now. I think we can move on. I want to start building the bottom navigation and start wiring that up. So here we got this, we're on the main tabs. Do we not have a build state? Hold on a second. Yeah, we don't even have a, oh, here it is. Jeez. I don't know why I couldn't see that before. Okay. All right, here we go. This is what I want to see. All right, so we have this floating action button. We're going to change that to this little feather here. So I'm not sure what that icon is going to be, but it's going to be something like a feather. How about that? Let's see what that looks like. It's not bad. How about this one? It's less feathery. Is there another? Is there a feather icon? No, they don't do that. No. Okay. So I think the first one is fine for now. All right, and then we are going to put in a bottom, let's get rid of that stuff, a bottom navigation bar, and we're going to put in the, I think we're going to put it in here because we need to use, no, we don't need to use the notch. But let's just see what we got here. So we're going to put in some items. We're going to use this, and we're going to use an icon, and we're going to use what's going on here? Oh, this is a widget. Just want to make sure this is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah, this isn't what we want to use. So we want to use, I think if we can use expanded, I think I did this with the last video too, I just never remember. So irritating. So maybe if we just use a bottom app bar, that gives us children, I think. Or a child, that's fine. Yeah, all right. So now with that child, we're going to put it in a row, right? And in that row, we're going to build a bottom tab, right? And we're going to have 4 of them, and we're going to build the bottom tab. And inside this bottom tab, right, we're going to need an icon, and we're going to need a function, but that function is just going to change tab views. So we really just need an index, and that index needs to be where that tab controller is going to go to. So it's their tab index. So that's what we'll call it there, and that's going to execute an expanded because it's going into a row. So in that expanded, we're going to have this icon with an icon, which is going to be color, which we need to figure out here in a second, but we're going to put it on black for right now. And the size is going to be somewhere like 18, and I think that's it for right now. So in here, we need to put home and then 0. All right, so this is going to be 1, 2, 3. This one's going to be search. This one's going to be bell. And this one's going to be mail. Envelope? Envelope. So this actually needs a container wrapped around it with a transparent color, and then around that we're going to put an inkwell. And on this on tap, we're going to put a couple things in there, but first let's put in this body, this list view here, it needs to go into a tab view. Okay, so we're going to have different tabs that are going to be controlled by the bottom there. Tab bar view, there we go. All right, and then we're going to have a controller, and in this controller we're going to do tab controller. And now we need to define that tab controller up here. So tab controller equals tab controller. Oh yeah. There we go. What the heck's going on here? Oh. There. Okay. So now in our init state, I hate how it doesn't do this. I did this last time too. It needs to do override. I know I'm not going to write this right. This is so annoying. Oh boy. Here we go. That's all I needed. Just this little bit. Okay. So let's sign up again. Okay, so init state, we're going to init the tab controller, and we're going to say that, hey, tab controller, the length is going to be 4, and this async is going to go to this, which is going to error out. And in order to error that out, this needs to be with a single mixin. There we go. Okay. Cool. That's all working. That's all working. That's all working. Tab controller's in. This right here. So this on tap is going to say tab controller animate to tab index. Cool. So I think we got it. Let's give that a save. Oh, sorry, we need to refresh since we did it in its state. Number of tabs is 1. That is very true. So 1, 2, 3, 4, just to make it happy. There we go. So now we can bounce around, right? So now on these bottom tabs, let's put some meat around these bones. Let's do some padding. Wow. There we go. Vertical, let's do, actually, you know what? Let's not do that. And let's just make this the height of toolbar, which is standard. There we go. Right, so now we got our tabs. We're bouncing around. We're moving. We're shaking. Let's make our icons a little bigger. There we go. Okay, so now the other thing we want to do is we want to get these active states here. So underneath this, we're going to add a tab control listener. Add a listener. And in that, we're going to listen to a handle tab. And when we handle the tab, that's going to be a void. And when we do that, that's going to do a couple things. One, we're going to get rid of all this. And we're going to change this counter to current index, right? So with this handle tab, so this is going to take the action that this does here, right? So we're going to do, it's going to take that in, but then at the same time, it's going to no, what am I missing here? So I got to reference some things. So so we want to do wasting valuable time. Tab controller. Here we go. Steal this. Where are you? Come on, open up. Well, it still hasn't analyzed yet. So this is all closed up and it won't let me get to it. Okay. So here we're going to add the listener. Now we're going to look for, there we go. I'm going to open a brand new something else. Oh, I didn't start the timer. Shoot. All right, well, we'll go to an hour. I'll give myself an hour. All right, current index. Let's figure out how to freaking write this. Here we go. Handle tab selection. There we go. Handle tab selection. We're just going to set the state. There. Okay, glad we got that out of the way. So what we're doing is that we're going to use this handle tab selection to change the state from current index to whatever the index is of the tab controller, and we're going to listen to it. Fantastic. Okay. So this is all going to stay the same. But now what we can do is that in this color, we can reference current index. So if current index equals tab index, which is pretty much means, hey, if the tab is equal to what we're saying the state of the tab index is, then have it be colors blue. If not, make it black. Right? So if we run that, let's run that. The way that init state works, that increment counter, where's that? It's still hanging out. Oh, and my loading action button. Let's take that out. Okay. All right, so we don't have our colors working yet. Why not? Why not? Oh, right. Yeah. So we're not changing the state, unfortunately. So with this, we're going to do that, and we're not going to, you know what, we're just going to combine these two. So one thing we were missing with this is that we weren't taking into account what this was. So so this is going to be page, I guess you could say. Sorry, I told you I don't really know what I'm doing. So this needs to be firing the same time that the other one is. So wherever that inkwell is, here we go. Let's see if we can figure this out. So if we wrap that in something like that, bring that down. There we go. All right, we do that, and we fire this. Then maybe we can get something that works. Now we got some blue. Right, but it's only happening when we tap it twice. That's because we're not passing through. The current index isn't being updated. Well, whatever. Let's move on. I'm tired of it. All right. Shoot. Okay. So let's create our search page. So right here, we're going to have search, right? And over here, under app, we're going to create a new file called search.dart. Going to open that up, and we're going to create a stateful widget called search. And we're going to input material. And now we can come over here and we can import the search file, and now we got search. So in this search, right, we want the app bar to change, a couple things to change, but we're going to have a scaffold, but it's going to be a little bit different because we need to utilize the app bar to put those little tabs in there, but the app bar is only going to have a bottom part, so we're not going to actually use an app bar. We're going to use a preferred size, and that's going to be a little bit different. So we're going to use a size from height, and we're going to use the K toolbar height. Maybe there we go. And so for the child of this, we're going to put another tab bar. Yeah, in our tabs, we can put tab. I think it's label or child. And text, we're going to put for you. All right, and then trending, news, sports, fun. Okay. Then in the body is where we're going to have our list view. And that's where we're going to put stuff. So let's see what that looks like. We need a tab controller. True, true. All right, so let's take that. Let's put that in there. And now let's give me an init state. Thank God. Jeez, why does some days they want to do it, other days it doesn't? All right, this is wrong. There you go. And we're going to init this tab controller. Okay. And this is going to be with the single mixin. Okay. And this tab is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Which means this needs to be in a tab bar view, right? And it needs to have 5 children, except these are just going to be containers because we're not going to build out each one. So that is 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's give it a hard refresh. Go. Okay. Here we go. You must be provided. Oh, I need to tell it the tab controller. Duh. All right. So this is going to be tab controller, right? And this one is to there. Now it knows. Okay. So here's my tab bar. You can see not much happening, but we'll get that working. So this preferred size, we're going to go in here. This tab bar, does this have a background color? I don't believe it does. Nope. So we're going to wrap this in a container and give this a color of white. See if we can see this thing. There it is. Okay. And we're going to have our label color be black and our unselected label color, sorry, that's black. This one's blue. All right, so now we should be able to see something cool. Doesn't really look that great, but what we can do is we can make this is scrollable true. What that does is it provides this to do that, and now we can actually add more of these, which is actually pretty cool. I don't know why these tabs aren't working, why it's only working on this. It's interesting. It's very interesting. So what we can do here is we can probably wrap this in a card just to get some elevation. Cool. We get that elevation, and then we'll need to have the other one come down. So in this app bar, we can say elevation if current index equals 1, then make it no elevation, else make it 1. There you go. So that disappeared. And we can use that same logic to change out the stars icon with the gear icon. Settings. How is it not gear? Oh, cog. I always forget cog. There we go. So that'll change right here. Okay, now we need to change out the title, right, with an icon, with a text field, with a whole bunch of stuff going on. Come on, there we go. We will need it filled. We'll need a label text of search Twitter. Just see what that looks like. Oh my goodness. And then we'll need a way to change the shape, maybe. So probably I'm gonna cheat a little bit with this and use a clipper. And we're gonna use a border radius, circular one, and we're gonna do that a bunch just to make sure that it wraps it all. Yep. And then we're gonna put padding around the whole deal. And maybe that. It only brought it in that much. We need it on the top and bottom. No. See if that helps. It does a little bit, but that clipper is still aggravating. So I don't think that's going to help either. Nope. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to do that. We're getting up to our time, and I failed miserably. That's all I got. Man, I didn't get very far at all, but maybe next time.